世tương thân tình trong đạo Phật, tùy khác màu nhưng một tôn sư. Hôm nay đây cùng nhau họp mặt, quyết noi theo đường Phật giáo Hoàng Dương.
We're back from the commercial break, and so let's just continue on to the next question.
Okay, so earlier you were saying this word a lot, these two words. You were saying the words cause and effect a lot. So instinctively I know what cause and effect means, but in Buddhism, what do you mean by if you have a cause and effect in a positive and negative way? And naturally we want a positive thing to happen. So what kind of scenarios would there be a cause and effect in what you do?
Okay. Well, the cause and effect is one of the natural laws of Dharma. It's kind of like gravity. Think of it this way. Now, gravity exists whether you believed so or not. And it's proven by science that gravity exists. Now, gravity is basically an object, a smaller object of a smaller mass being attracted to a larger mass. The reason why if I drop this pen and it falls is because the pen is being attracted towards the earth. It doesn't matter where you are on earth, whether we're here, whether we're in China, or whether in the North Pole or South Pole. You drop a pen, it's going to fall down to the ground.
Right.
It's because it's falling towards the larger mass. Now, whether I believe gravity or whether I do not believe in gravity, it still exists. So if I were to go on top of the studio and just jump off and say that I do not believe in gravity, I'm still going to fall. And if I fall, I'm going to either hurt myself or I'm going to die from just the injury that I inflict upon my body. Now, the laws of cause and effect, the definition is for every action that you do always has a specific reaction. That if I were to plant something good, I will receive good. If I were to plant something bad, I will receive bad. For example, if I have a lemon seed and I were to plant it, what would it come out?
A lemon tree.
A lemon tree. If I were to plant an orange seed, what would it come out?
An orange tree.
An orange tree. Is it possible for me to plant an orange seed and a lemon tree would it come out?
Under nature, that would become impossible.
It's impossible. And so in any of the plant that you plant, it comes out the respected plant. Any seed that you plant, it comes out as the respected plant. And so we understand laws of cause and effect on that surface level. Now, cause and effect happens whether you believe so or not. It either goes negative or it goes positive. It only sees wholesome action or unwholesome action. Basically, whatever your mind is at that moment, you put into motion the laws of cause and effect. Because for every action comes from every speech you say. Every speech you say follows every thought you have. And the thoughts you have are the very thing that connects you to the larger picture in the universe. Because everything is made up of energy and frequency. And our thoughts vibrate through frequency and energy. And so once we understand all that, when we put into the laws of cause and effect into motion, that's why the Buddha always said to always do good, avoid evil, and to purify the mind. It's because he understands that the laws of cause and effect will work against you if you were to do something bad. However, it will work for you if you were to do something good. And so how should you always put into motion the laws of cause and effect, right?
Right.
Because we will want to have good things happen to us. Now, that goes on with the last question, that you always have to have positive thoughts. And the best way for us to use the laws of cause and effect is to practice generosity. Generosity is one of the paramitas of Buddhism. Paramita here means perfection. And generosity here breaks up into 3 different parts. The first part is the generosity of material goods. That is, if you see someone fall down, you help them up. Someone's hungry, you give them food. Someone's thirsty, you give them water. Someone's sick, you give them medicine. Someone's struggling financially, you give them money. Any of those material gains that you give, you in turn receive positive karma.
I see.
The second type of giving is the giving of fearlessness. That is, if you see someone living in fear, you offer your advice or your knowledge to help them not live in fear, but rather live in faith. Now, the third type of giving is the giving of dharma. That is, you help them with a certain skill that they can stand on their 2 feet. They say that you give a man a fish, he can eat for a day, right? But you teach a man a fish, he can eat for a lifetime. Giving dharma is giving them a set of skills that they can stand on their 2 feet and practice on their own.
Right.
That is, if I were to share with you the simple concept of meditation, that itself is a giving of dharma. If I see you angry and I show you a technique to observe your breath, that itself is giving of dharma. If I see you're suffering a lot, and I share with you the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, the 37 Path towards Enlightenment, and all of the fundamentals, then that itself is a giving of dharma. Because once I share it with you, and you understand what I'm sharing, and you practice it on your own, then you wouldn't need my help anymore. Right? You stand on your 2 feet. By doing so, when you practice generosity, you're practicing compassion.
I see.
And when you practice compassion and generosity, what are you putting into motion?
You're putting into motion the laws of cause and effect going back into your favor.
Yeah, in a positive way.
Right.
Because now that's one of the scenarios where you can practice applying the laws of cause and effect, but you're applying it in a positive way. However, let's just go the other way. What's the opposite of generosity?
The opposite of the giving is taking.
Taking, greed.
Right.
Now, what happens if I were to practice greed? If I were to take money from you, or if I were to be stingy and not give to those less fortunate?
Oh, no, I'm starting to see what you're saying. Because if you were to take something from somebody, then obviously you'll have enemies around you. People won't trust you and are all around you. You'll have people, and even today, if you steal something that's worth valuable money, you might end up in jail or something.
Exactly. Exactly. And so we can see the harm that happens if we were to practice greed, or we were to practice anger, or practice ignorance. We set into motion the laws of cause and effect in a negative way. But here's how karma works, or the laws of cause and effect works. What you do unto others, you yourself do unto you. That is, if you inflict harm on someone in the future will inflict harm onto you. If you were to inflict pain onto someone, then someone will inflict pain onto you. If you were to use false speech to condescend unto someone, someone will condescend unto you. However, if you use your words to inspire and lift people up, then someone will inspire and lift you up. If you were to use your words to care for others, then others will use their words to care for you. If you use your financial means to help others less fortunate, then money will come your way in abundance. And I say this out of experience. We've been trained at a very young age to always give back to those less fortunate. Even if it's just $1 or even a penny. Whatever you can help. Here's one thing you have to understand about giving. The laws of cause and effect does not discriminate whether it's a $1 bill or a $100 bill. Because according to the laws of cause and effect, it only sees those two as paper. It's the time when you give is what's most important. You can give $1, but if you were to give $1 and within that $1, you say, I wish this $1 can help this person buy a meal, or this person can help whatever they need to overcome any obstacle that they can. I hope this $1 can help that person overcome whatever they can. If you were to give that $1, it means the world, because your intention at that moment is positive. However, let's just say, for example, you give a $100 bill. And in the process, you give a $100 bill. You're feeling a little bit, man, that $100 bill, I could buy gas, I can buy food. There's a lot of things I can do with a $100 bill. Maybe I shouldn't give 100. Even though you gave a $100 bill, but in that moment in time, your thinking was not positive. It was not pure of intention. It was a little bit stingy. Well, even though you gave 100, it didn't mean anything. because the laws of cause and effect only sees how your mind is at the moment you're giving. Therefore, learn to practice giving, even if it's just a tiny bit, even if it's just a quarter, 50 cents, or even $1. You see those less fortunate, help them. It might not seem a lot, but that intention that you give out is pure. It will transform your life like no other. Unfortunately, we don't have much time to continue further. We hope that you've learned from this session or any of the past session as well, and we look forward to seeing and sharing with you the Dharma in next week. And then we'll say it again.
Say